Let's solve problem number 4 on recurrences using substitution. Here is the problem. Find the time complexity of the following algorithm. This is the algorithm rec of n, and we are required to find the time complexity of this algorithm. We can observe rec of n is calling itself within its own body twice. Clearly, this is the recursive algorithm. And we know how to find the time complexity of the recursive algorithm. We have solved a couple of problems in our previous presentations, and now we are quite familiar with how to find the time complexity of any recursive algorithm. We need to follow a simple step-by-step process. The first step is to write the recurrence relation for time of the algorithm, and step number 2 is to solve the recurrence relation using the substitution method. And finally, we can represent the result using the asymptotic notation. So these are the steps which we can follow in order to find the time complexity of a recursive algorithm. Now we are going to follow these steps to find the time complexity of this algorithm. Let's do this. Let's remove this problem statement and let's focus on this algorithm. Here we have rec of n, and the base case is if n is equal to 1, then return 1 from this algorithm. Otherwise, this is the recursive case. Rec of n minus 1 needs to be called. Then again rec of n minus 1 needs to be called. Then the for loop needs to be executed from I equal to 1 to n. And the increment is done by 1 every time. Every time this for loop runs, this printf function will be executed, and therefore Neso is love will be displayed on the screen. Now let us suppose Tn represents the time required to solve rec of n, or Tn is the time required to execute rec of n. If Tn represents the time required to solve rec of n, then how much time this base case will take? If Tn is the time required to solve rec of n, then T1 is the time required to solve rec of 1. This means n is equal to 1, and therefore the base case is satisfied. So T1 is the time required to execute the base case. How much time the comparison will take? Here we are comparing n with 1. Comparison takes constant amount of time, and returning a value also takes constant amount of time. So the total time is constant. Hence we can say T1 is some constant. Let us assume the constant is 1 for the sake of simplicity. And this is the convention which is followed in most of the places. So T1 is equal to 1. Remember that T1 represents the time required to execute the base case. What about the recursive case? Here we have rec of n minus 1, and rec of n minus 1 will take t of n minus 1 time, because we are assuming Tn is the time required to execute rec of n. Hence, Tn minus 1 is the time required to execute rec of n minus 1. This will also take Tn minus 1 time. So the total time is 2Tn minus 1, or 2 times Tn minus 1. Now what about the for loop? For loop will run from I equal to 1 to n, and the increment is done by 1 every time. So clearly this for loop will run n times. Hence the time required to run this for loop is n. So the total time required to execute the recursive case is 2Tn minus 1 plus n. So now we can represent Tn in terms of these smaller subproblems. Tn is equal to 1 if n is equal to 1. Tn is equal to 2Tn minus 1 plus n if n is greater than 1. If n is equal to 1, then the base case will be executed. Clearly in this case, Tn is equal to 1 because the time required to execute the base case is constant, and we are assuming the constant is 1. And if n is greater than 1, then the else block will be executed. This means the recursive case will be executed. And the time required to execute the recursive case is 2Tn minus 1 plus n. Therefore, Tn is equal to 2Tn minus 1 plus n if n is greater than 1. So the recurrence relation of time so obtained is Tn equal to 2Tn minus 1 plus n if n is greater than 1. If n is equal to 1, then Tn is equal to 1. So this is the recurrence relation of time for this algorithm rec of n. Now let's try to solve this recurrence relation. Have you ever seen this recurrence relation before? Something similar to this? If you recall, in problem number 2, we saw this type of recurrence relation. If you recall, in problem number 2, we solved this recurrence relation. Rn equal to 2Rn minus 1 plus n if n is greater than 1. If n is equal to 1, then Rn is equal to 1. This is the recurrence relation we obtained in problem number 2, where the algorithm was rec of n and the return value of the algorithm was 2Rn minus 1 plus n if n is greater than 1. It is equal to 1 if n is equal to 1. Now this recurrence relation is quite similar to this recurrence relation. The difference is that in place of capital R, we have capital T everywhere in this recurrence relation. Here we have Tn equal to 2Tn minus 1 plus n if n is greater than 1. Here we have Rn equal to 2 times Rn minus 1 plus n if n is greater than 1. If n is equal to 1, here we have Tn equal to 1. Here we have if n is equal to 1, then Rn is equal to 1. We can observe these two recurrence relations are same, except here we have T and here we have R. We solved this recurrence relation in problem number 2 and the result so obtained was 2 power n plus 1 minus n plus 2. This is the return value we have obtained. Now there is no need to solve this recurrence relation as we have already solved this recurrence relation in problem number 2. This is the result so obtained. So Tn is also equal to 2 power n plus 1 minus n plus 2 because Rn is equal to 2 power n plus 1 minus n plus 2. Now we know this is the exact value we have obtained, but we want to represent Tn in terms of the asymptotic notation. And for this, we can choose the dominating term here. Here we have 2 power n plus 1. We can rewrite this as 2 power n times 2. We can remove the constant 2 as it does not matter. We will be left with 2 power n here, and here we have minus n plus 2. Compared to this expression, 2 power n is the dominating term because 2 power n represents the exponential function and n plus 2 is the polynomial function. Therefore, Tn is big O of 2 power n. Therefore, the time complexity of this algorithm is big O of 2 power n. So this algorithm will take exponential time to execute. I hope this idea is completely clear, and now we know how to solve these type of problems. So with this, we are done with this presentation. Okay friends, this is it for now. Thank you for watching this presentation. I will see you in the next one.